Akon actually came to your house one day.
That's such a ridiculous story. It's crazy because I got all these like really dope stories with all these like A-list celebrities, and you would think like I have like this really like, I guess I don't talk a lot about these stories because I'm not like super successful in terms of I guess like money and like fame and things that people I guess equate to success. But I have like incredible stories like this one. So when I first moved to LA, I was working with No ID's camp a little bit. No ID was kind of like Kanye's mentor. People know him in the hip hop industry, but produced Jay-Z's entire last album.
Right.
I was kind of working in his camp a little bit, like tangentially through somebody else. And I was in the studio one day. I think it was a studio in Santa Monica. I think it was Universal's music publishing studio. And there were some random like women in the studio. And I was like, what do y'all do? And I was like, I'm a singer. It was somebody else's session. So we couldn't really like play music in that session. So I was like, hey, you wanna come to my whip and listen to some music? I write songs, I produce, I see opportunity. I'm like, hey, let's do some music together. And so we listened to some music. She's like, I like this song a lot. So we set up a time to record it. She came to my crib later to record the song, and we started working together. And like within like the first week of us working together, she was like, she's sitting in my house, and I lived like in Culver City at the time, which is like, if you don't live in LA, between Hollywood and the airport is Culver City. Mm-hmm. So you kind of go through Culver City to get to the airport, kind of. And she was like, on a random weekday, she's like, hey, do you mind if Akon stops by? I'm like, what? Yeah, whatever, pull up. An hour later, Akon pulls into my driveway in like a black Escalade. Wow. I think by himself, because nobody else came to my house. She went outside to get him. He came in my crib, my 1-bedroom guest house apartment, and we listened to this song we recorded. And he was like, "This is dope. Sounds like a Maroon 5 song." I was like, "Thank you, man. Appreciate it." I played him like 2 or 3 ideas. He said it was dope. And then they went outside to talk for a second. He dipped. I guess he was on his way to the airport. And he was leaving town or something, but they were linking up before he left or whatever. So yeah, that was pretty dope. And I guess it's little moments like that where you kind of feel like sometimes you just kind of spinning your wheels, like, are you about doing the right stuff? And then one day, one of the biggest artists in the world is in your living room telling you your shit is dope. So I know it's your podcast and everything, but we got to talk about you and your ridiculous life.
Oh, my ridiculous life? What do you mean?
You quit your job.
Yeah, I did.
That you've been working at for like 10 years.
Yeah.
To do art, music, everything full time.
Yes, that is correct.
Let's talk about it. What we doing?
Okay. Yeah, so I just, it was kind of got to a point. It's a combination of, like, I had been thinking about this for a while, making that move. And then the job, they were kind of asking me to do some things. And I was like, I'm not really trying to do that. And so between those two things, I was just like, all right, it's time to step out and kind of do what I've always been wanting to do and take some time and, just focus on music. And it's been beautiful, honestly.
It's going well?
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It is great to not have to be somewhere. Like, I have to only go where I want to go. And that's like a beautiful feeling. And I'm honestly not ever trying to go back to that corporate shit, honestly.
Man, all right. Shit. It's tough. That's the entertainment business, and I'm sure that's what we're going to talk about that. The entertainment business has broken my heart too many times for me to like trust it, I guess. Yeah. So I'm always like, man, I got to have a job. You know me, I keep like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them are music related, some of them are like entertainment stuff, but I got like 2 regular jobs and then like a couple other side hustles. Like I get to it, but man, congratulations, I guess is in order. That's dope.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Like, you have to really like,
it's locked in.
It's faith.
You were locked in.
It's totally faith, for sure. And I don't have everything figured out.
And for your audience, you didn't have like a regular job. You had like a career. Like, it wasn't like you didn't quit McDonald's. You worked at a news station for like 10 years. You won an Emmy. Like, you've been doing this for like 20 years almost.
Well, yeah. So I was working at NBC Los Angeles. Started there in 2013.
Yeah, that's 12 years.
So yeah,
that's
12
crazy.
years. So yeah, no, and it's been a great ride. But yeah, it was just time
That's dope, man.
to do what I really want to be doing and like focus on the music. Because at the end of the day, I'm starting to feel like more and more is that like focus is the name of the game. Like the more
Yeah.
you can focus on, you know, a particular thing, like the more you can accomplish, you know. So let's start with SZA. Well, first of all, you started working with SZA because you worked with Punch.
Yeah.
And you started working with Punch because basically you shot him a tweet essentially because of
Yeah.
Twitter, basically.
Right. So it was during the pandemic. Like you said, I keep a job or two. The pandemic happened, everything shut down. So I was at the crib a lot, and I was getting some gigs for video editing via the internet. What I would do is just somebody would say, hey, I'm looking for a video editor, or they would say, whatever they say, I would shoot them my reel in the reply. So I did that. I got hired to do something for Amazon. I got hired to do something for a couple other people. I shot a Dell commercial, like Dell, the computer company, with Yara Shahidi from Blackish, straight just through Twitter.
Dope.
And so it was working. I did the same thing with Punch. I linked up with him, started working with him and his team.
So basically he sent out a tweet. It was like, hey, I'm looking for.
He sent out a tweet talking about making a movie.
Okay.
And I literally sent a tweet saying, let me do the editing and put my reel in the reply. And my reel's like, it's like 2-3 minutes, but it's got like the best parts of all my like 10 years of video stuff. So like, all the coolest stuff I do, especially like all the cool effects and stuff. So I sent him that. He hit me up that night. He was like, this is dope. And then either the next day or the day after, I met him in his office, and all of his crew, the room full of mirrors with like Daylight and Juice and Ichiban and all those guys all in the office / studio together. Like I said, it was just COVID, so everybody was just kind of like in like one big room, like just thugging, like. And so I started going there every day. I did a lot of video content with him, and I started doing music with him, producing songs, writing songs, playing instruments on songs.
Dope.
And then last year, so that was 21.
And real quick, for people who may not know, Punch, president of TDE.
Oh, yeah.
Helped find Kendrick Lamar. And bring him up. Manages SZA, and some other big name artists. So just for people who may not know, so this is what we're talking
short
about.
version TDE, one of basically the founding member with Kendrick and Black Hippie, like Schoolboy and all them, and then discovered SZA and has been managing her and basically helps run her career for the past 10 years that she's been like killing the game.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got into like their system.
But yeah, what did you pick up or learn from watching that process?
A couple things that I already knew, but it's you feel like you know something, and then when you see somebody who's really successful do the same thing, you're like, I knew I was right. And so I saw a lot of reproduction of records, meaning they'd have a song and they'd have a beat, and then like a day before they send it to get mixed, Rob the engineer's like, yeah, we're gonna replay the drums on this tomorrow. And it's like, yo, the song getting mixed tomorrow. He's like, yeah, we changing the drums. It's like that kind of stuff for, one of the biggest albums of the past decade. Is like last minute change the day before. And then same thing, like I said, with Punch, is like changing the order of songs like the day before, or the week before, and just really like dialing in on stuff and making last minute changes to fix the stuff. So that's one of the main things I picked up. Another main thing I picked up is that this is just incredible. Like I was already like a giant fan. She's already like my favorite artist in terms of at least my like one or two favorite artists in the game, but her songwriting is just stupid. Like it's unmatched. That's why she's so successful, in my opinion. Like everything else is to be talked about, but the songwriting is what makes her stand out. And you can't manufacture that, no matter how hard you try. That's a God-given ability that for her like to be that good at writing songs. So yeah, Punch is like the most unique person I've met in the music industry because he's really, really selfless. He's probably like the best person, and by person I mean like actual human being that I've met in the music industry too. I've worked with a lot of people, and a lot of trash people, and a lot of greedy people, and a lot of like people that are very opportunistic.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about TDE and how they were built, it's really like a family business. Punch is literally related to Top Dog. And Kendrick and all those dudes, they started working with them when Kendrick was like 14, 15, like young. And so it's really, really organic, and it's really family-based, and it's really loyal, and you don't see that shit in the music business. That shit is very, very rare. Like, and so not that makes, you know, anybody more or less successful. It's just super unique to me. But that's why I think they have such long careers at TDE. Like a J-Rock or a Schoolboy Q, who like they don't have like these giant number one smash records,
Right.
but they got 15-year careers.
Yeah.
Because they built like something for real. They built like real audience and real like following, and it's really based on quality versus just like kind of like flash. And you know, and if something doesn't work, if you sign to like a record or like a big record label and you put out an album and it don't have no big hits on it and something don't work and you spend some money on some shit, they'll probably give up on you. They'll be like, we spent a couple $100,000 on Broadway's project and the shit didn't work. Let's get them out of here. Or they'll just hold on to you and shelve you until whatever. But if you working with TDE and punching them, it's like, nah, these are our people. This is our clip. We're not giving up on like something because it didn't work. And so I knew that, but then when the Drake and Kendrick shit happened, I saw it really firsthand, and I was like, oh, these like real family members. Like it's like it's a difference, and I haven't seen that before in the music industry, and it's one of the main reasons why I trust Punch so much and why I work with him.
In what way, you said when you saw the Drake and Kendrick, in what way did you see that it was a family atmosphere?
Well,
situation?
Kendrick wasn't signed to TDE anymore. He's not signed to TDE anymore. His last project, the Mr. Morale project, was his last project on TDE. So I honestly hadn't met Kendrick before, and then when the beef stuff started, like Punch and Top and all of them are in the Not Like Us video, like it damn near felt like it was a TDE thing. Like, and Kendrick's not signing them no more. Yeah. But that's his family. Those are like his people. And so that's like just seeing them like rally around him and like talk like as if he's still signing them, even though he's not. I was there literally the day Dream recorded Umbrella. Like I remember walking in the studio and like them working on like the demo. And the coolest thing I saw from that is I saw Tricky like produce the record. Because a lot of people know Umbrella, the main drum loop, the famous drum loop, is a sample. It's like a stock loop from Logic.
Okay.
And so I didn't see like the very beginnings of it when like Dream initially started and Tricky first had the drum pattern. But I saw later when Tricky was like playing the keys on it and at the end adding those extra synths and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is dope. You can like, as long as you have like the idea of the record and the record's good, you can always change the beat. You can always add stuff at the end. You can always like reproduce around it. And that's like, I guess the biggest thing I learned from working on like and kind of observing Trick is like, I think back then, if you heard like a Tricky beat, a lot of people wouldn't say this dude makes like the best beats ever. Like when you think of like Timbaland or like Just Blaze, like they make like some kind of like standalone incredible beats. But I think the coolest thing about Tricky is that he just makes like the best songs. And so he can like take any song that's really good and recraft it with the beat behind it. But I don't think the beat has to like be this like unique thing that's like amazing on its own. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned is like producing records isn't about how good a beat sounds before the song. It's like if the song is amazing, the writing of the record, then finishing it and putting it all together is way more important in my opinion. I've been working the game for a while now, so I've seen the game change from, you know, physical sales to iTunes sales to streaming. And I think everyone knows that like there's less money to be made because people aren't paying $10 to $20 for CDs anymore. And we know growing up is like going to the store to get that CD and opening it up and the packaging and kind of like holding something just has like a little bit more value than I think having an infinite amount of songs on your phone. And so I've kind of taken that approach with my stuff. And so whenever I put out something I'm really excited about, like a song or a project, I try to make something physical, not to necessarily sell, but to give to people or to send out to my fans or just supporters or even people I just meet, so they can like have something tangible to hold, so it doesn't disappear to their phone. Even if they throw it away, you know, it still was something they got from me. But for the most part, I try to design things that don't get thrown away. So I had a song called Hunting Season. And so I printed these promo boxes that are like camo. I didn't print these, actually. I bought these that are camouflage, and then put a little bottle of Jaeger in there, but I changed the logo to like my actual like album logo or the song logo. And I put like some toy binoculars I bought off Amazon. And then most importantly, I put like a bunch of other stuff in there, like some refrigerator magnets and some stickers. And all these things have like, I think these are the most important because these stick around. But what I used to do is I used to buy a lot of ads on Instagram with my videos. So I would make like a cool video with a cool visual effect that I haven't seen before. So like my song Make Her Cry, which is one of the songs you're talking about, the opening shot is a girl's head in a fishbowl and she's crying and the water's filling up as she's crying. And it's like a real girl. It looks like an actual person. And so I just figured out how to do it visually. And so I made that an ad on Instagram. And I ran that ad for 6 months and spent like a lot of money on it and got people to click on it. It got me a lot of followers and a lot of clicks, and I was running it. I found a lot of success in like running it in Africa and like, bro, this it was going so crazy in Africa. Some dude called me from Nigeria because you can call people on Instagram, like through DMs. So I was accepting all the DMs because people were DMing like, this is crazy, this is dope. Some dude called me like 3 a.m. one time. I was like, all right, I gotta chill. I like, bro, you can't just be calling my phone like, because I didn't realize you can just call somebody from an Instagram DM. That's insane. They gotta cut that out. And so I was like, all right, so I got to block him. But it's like,
you didn't block the fan. Right.
Nah, fuck him. So man, I don't like. I spent a bunch of money on ads for like the songs that are doing really well, mixed with some really good content, and then like stuff like this, and also like I send these to some influencers. Like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I also pay some people to tweet my songs out, my videos out. Right. So that got me like, that'll get you like someone with a bunch of followers on Twitter. Get you like 100,000 views in a day, and that doesn't equal streams, but that equals like at least some clicks, and like that translates to streams too. So
there's like just different ones. There's one that's called The Artist, and there's one called The Hero and The Jester, and like, so I mean, I'd imagine like Tyler Creator might, just off the top of my head, might be The Jester, right? You know what I mean? And so like there's different, and like I said, there's whole definitions of what each of those things mean.
It's kind of like superlatives in high school. It's like the class clown, the most athletic, the best dressed. So like, so like Tyler's kind of like best dressed and the class clown together, because he does like fashion really well. Okay, I got you. Exactly. That's fire. Okay.
Yes, and so
that's a cool way to think about it. You think, damn, we might have to do that.
Yeah.
Yo,
the high school
actually, we might have to make some content of that.
Yeah, do more of that. You know what I mean? Because like I see it's getting more views. So like why not do more of that? And I was like, yeah, no, totally. And so I think that's an important piece of it, is like kind of looking at what you're doing that's already kind of working, even if it's just a little, spike, and then trying to see like, okay, can I do more of this or do like that? And then I ended up breaking my Emmy because
that was crazy.
Because I was doing that, and then and then the first time I did it, I was like sitting down and I was just like threw it onto my couch or whatever. Right. So then you, by the way, you were like, why don't you like walk around and like stand up? So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna like, maybe I'll just throw the Emmy on the grass or whatever. And then that.
So it's my fault you threw your Emmy on the ground.
Exactly. It's totally, right. You and Mauricio, is all y'all's fault that my Emmy is now fucked up.
You know what you should do? You just keep breaking it more. Like next time you show, like I broke my Emmy last week. Fuck the job, and then like just keep breaking it. It's already broken now.
I mean, I was thinking about using the broken Emmy in like other content going forward. So